Well, good morning, y'all. We are back out here again. We're going to do something a little bit different today. I'm still, if you watched my previous video, you see that, I'm out here testing hooks and stuff like that. The one that I'm currently using, I really like so far. But what we're going to do today is we're going to do something a little bit unorthodox. We're going to, well, I'll back up. My last trip, a lot of my fish come off of my suspended rod, and I only had one suspended rod. So I don't know if I guess they're looking up now, I guess. I don't know. And when I was dragging, I caught a handful of fish dragging, but mostly come on the suspended rod. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to run again one suspended rod, but I'm going to do some bumping. Now I know a lot of people, when you think of bumping, you think of high current, let it go back behind the boat, kind of feed it to the fish. Well, this is something that I used to do. God, it's been years ago. I mean, I haven't really done it since I've figured out dragging and stuff like that. But it was a summertime tactic that we used to use because there'd be no current. It's hot, fish ain't moving. And then I would just float with the river, whether it be current, no current. Sometimes I had to use the trolling motor to get us moving. But what we're going to do is kind of sort of the same deal, except for now we're in that beginning stages of the fall pattern, which is awesome. A lot of activity out here. The fish were really active the other day on my last trip. And for no more than, we're going to catch some fish, but nothing beats that bumping bite, just like that suspended bite. Nothing beats that bumping bite, especially if you hang into a good one. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to kind of keep it simple. I may drag later on the day because they'll start pulling, they'll start pushing water about 9 o'clock, but where I'm at on the river, I won't see it. I won't see any current till about 11 o'clock. And I may just stick to what I'm doing, just all depends. But these, I'm scanning up to where I'm going to start. And these fish are active, man. They are just everywhere, and they're moving. I mean, they're just everywhere down there. But yeah, that's how we're going to start this morning. Like I said, it's a little unorthodox when people think about bumping, but I used to pull up some good fish doing that. And this stretch here, which I'm going back to the spots that I know I can catch fish. I know for sure I can catch fish, and because again, the main purpose of these next few videos is to test out hooks, and maybe some of you guys have a lot of questions about which hook to use and stuff like that. But there's never really I don't guess there's a one-size-fits-all hook. There's a lot of things, and that goes into a huge conversation, just like anything dealing with fishing. But I'll give it to you straight. I like what I was using yesterday. I like what I was using before. The only problem I was having is I was losing bigger fish, and that's something I don't, it could be a commitment issue thing that we still have or whatever. But when you get a rod takedown and he's peel and drag, and you pick up on him, and as soon as you put pressure the other direction, he pops off. Well, I don't know. But like I said, the hooks that I was using my last trip, they were hooking them good. So that's what we're going to use again today. Use the same thing. I'm going to use the same hook on my bumping rod too. But yeah, we'll get up here. I'll get the boat situated. We'll get the bait cut up, which the skipjacks are moving really well on the main river now. So that's a big plus. We're, as opposed to last year, we're about, I guess we're about 3 weeks behind on having the first cold snap. Last year we had a cold snap early September, and so I was able to catch some skipjack pretty regular on the main river. But now we're to that. This rest of this week's supposed to get cool. Weekend's supposed to be cooler. It ought to be some good fishing here coming up. The one thing I did notice last trip is a lot of the fish that I was catching, they were coming out of about 30 to 40 foot of water. Now this stretch here, it's just a long straightaway, which and the bottom is fairly even down through here, but there's some holes, there's a little bit of underwater points and stuff that I was targeting last time and was catching fish. So, but the only difference is this water averages about 40 to 45 foot. But there's just a lot of activity on the screen, so we're gonna give it a shot. Like I said, I'm gonna run one suspended rod, and then I'm gonna float with right now we just got the wind, So I'm gonna float with the wind, I guess, and see if we can't bump one up. Ought to make for a good time. I'll see when we get set up. All right, so we made a move. We're gonna come up on a pretty shallow flat. We're gonna work the outside edge of it, and hopefully there's no barges coming by, but we're gonna stick around about 30 something feet, and I've seen a lot of fish in this range. And of course, last time I was out, that's about the range, you know, depth range I was catching them in, between 30 and 40 foot, closer to 30 foot. It seems like these fish are running a lot more shallow. Of course, a lot of bait running shallower too, so that could be a lot of it. But we got a pretty good little drag. It'll go up to this point, probably about a half mile, I'd say. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens. There's a lot more activity here because back there I was fishing 45, 50 foot of water. I seen the occasional fish, but man, I didn't even get a sniff. I drug probably 300 yards and never got a bite. So we had to change something up. So we're gonna work this shallow flat. I say shallow, it's still, you know, 30, 35 feet right around there. So it's more shallow than what we were fishing. So we'll give it a shot. Hopefully we do good here. There's a fish already. There's a fish already. God dog, that's a good one too. Slow this boat down. That's a good one too. Come up on this shallow flat here. Now if he just stays pinned, see, this is where these hooks that I'm trying to test out, this is what, when they get to rolling, you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to test out. Golly, look at the fish down there. Gotta keep it going. Let me just spot lock it. Now if he just, like I said, it's where these new hooks are gonna come in, man. As long as they, because this is a good fish. Don't know how good, but it's a good fish. Not a bad one. Not a monster, but he ain't a bad one. Ate that big old skipjack head. Like I said, he's right on this shallow flat's where they're at, man. I ain't even got to the good stuff yet. Yeah, I ain't even got to the good stuff yet. Not a bad one. He is not a bad one at all. No monster. Probably should use the net on him, but I ain't gonna. God dog. See, had him right in the corner of the mouth, right where he needed to be. If I lay you down, you're gonna get stupid. Right where he needed to be, right there in the corner of the mouth. Heck yeah. God dog. I'd say you was hooked, buddy. Yes, sir, you were hooked. Still got my head back. That's what I'm talking about. Let me get my glove on him. They get all ornery and they keep flopping out of them damn. Look at him. Not a bad one there. Not a bad one there. Let me get a picture of him. I'll let him go. Thank you. Ate that big skipjack head. Had another one in the 20s. Another one in the 20s. Good deal. come off? Yeah, I think he just come off. God dang it. Yep, no, he's still on there. He just swimming to me. What is that? Well, it's a itty bitty one or a gar. I guess it could be a gar. I've seen quite a few of them. Nope, it's a blue. He's just a wild thing. Just swimming all over the dang place. There you are. They are wild right now, boys. He hit that and he was swimming right to the boat. That's why he didn't pull the board back. Yeah, that's why I didn't pull the board back, but a nice, deep hook set. I mean, that's exactly where I want them. Every single time, that's where I want them. It's kind of weird how that old short shank hook, man, that's something else. Because even when I was using just the regular circle hooks, I would never get them that deep. Good deal. Good deal. Oh, let me let you go. Let me let you go. God dog. Now that's a fish. God. Yeah, that's a good fish right there. Holy crap. And why are they swimming to me? Holy crap. He is swimming right at me. That's a good fish there. I don't like it when I say he's a good fish. He felt like a good fish in the beginning. All right, just stay pinned. That's all I want you to do. Don't let these hooks let me down. I mean, he's just swimming upriver. He's just swimming upriver. Let me get you. Don't do that. Don't do that. He is definitely a blue. Get you guys turned. Yeah, that's a good fish there. Yeah, I ain't even got my net squared away. Say he's a good. Man, God, it's got to be this current or something. 'Cause he ain't that big. He sure fooled me, I'll guarantee you that. He sure fooled me. Holy cow. He sure fooled me. I thought for sure that was a good fish. I mean, I thought for sure that was a good fish. But deep, right in the corner of the mouth, man. I'm telling you, these hooks are it. I don't even know if I want to try anything else. I really don't. Yeah, I really don't know if I want to try anything else. But heck yeah. You get a picture. I thought for sure that was a bigger fish. Oh man, I didn't have the camera on when I released that fish. Dang it. Apologize for that. But he is definitely back in the water, that's for sure. Wasn't as big as I thought he was. Hell, he wasn't even 15 pounds. Or he's right at 15 pounds. He sure fooled me, that's a fact. I thought for sure that fish was bigger. There's a fish. There we go. If he just stays pinned, we'll be all right. I've seen a lot of fish on the graph. It's just coming through here at the right time, I think, when they want to eat. Because there is a lot of fish, that 32-foot range. I've been just watching them. Waiting for my suspended rod to go down, waiting for one of these rods to take off. Just been watching them. This one here, we got some current, so I'll put a little bit of this on the current. I said the last one was a good fish, and he turned out only be, he was just over 12 pounds. So I don't know. At least this one's putting up a fight. See, that's one thing I'm checking, is that when them old blues, when they roll like that, they'll have that. That's how them hooks start to come unpinned. I'm hoping that these hooks that I'm using now will help alleviate a lot of that. He's just, well, he's definitely bigger than the last one, that's a fact. He's definitely bigger than the last one. Get my net, he's gonna need to be netter. We are gonna need the net on him. Like I said, I've been crossing a lot of these fish. Been coming right over the top of them. And for some reason, yeah, that's a good one there. I can get him in the boat without him doing all that stuff. Ah, I knew better than that. Well, come here, buddy. Oops. Come here, buddy. There we go. Okay, well, that one there was, he was definitely, oh, yeah, he's a good one. He's a good one. Big old fat male. I mean, a big old fat male, and that hook is perfect. I'm telling you, it's got to be that short shank. I know I've said that 100 times. We are coming across a bunch of fish. But I know I've said that 100 times, but it's got to be. That hook is corner of the mouth, deep in. That's, like I said, that's not something I never really had using them Gamakatsu style hooks. I mean, he is. I'm trying to. God dog. Yeah, he just shy of breaking the line. He wasn't going nowhere. Just shy of breaking the line. He wasn't going nowhere. I'm telling you, it's got to be it, man. It's got to be it. Okay, I'm guessing 40. We'll weigh him. but I'm definitely guessing 40. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. He is mad. God, don't look at this dude. Oh, I gotta get the camera turned. Oh, look at this dude. Straighten out, buddy. Look at him. Look at him. That's a good fish. I'll weigh him here in a minute. Yep. One more look. This fish. This fish, he was right at 40 pounds. Heck yeah. Good one for today. Here, I'll let him go on this. Thank you, buddy. I surely appreciate it. Long fish. That fish was long. He's gonna be a good one there in a couple more years. He's gonna be a real good one. Heck yeah. All right, y'all. We're gonna call this one Found Some Fish, which again, like I said earlier, we started off a little deep. We started off about 45, 50 foot range. Didn't even get a bite, man. I thought for sure we'd pick up one through there, but we didn't. But anyway, I found this shallow flat, which it goes a long ways. You can probably see that green buoy back there, but it starts behind that and it comes up, and there was fish everywhere. I come across so many fish. I bet if I go back across it again, I catch more fish. But you could watch them. You can see the bait as it comes up, whatever it is, skipjack, shad, whatever it is. And then you can see the arches where the catfish are coming up. Of course, some of that could be guards, some other, predator fish. But some of the fish I did see, like I said on the suspended rod, I can watch the sonar, and I could actually see it when they come up. And then not too long after that, my suspended rod will get hit. But we ended up finding a few good fish today. I was pretty happy with that, especially making a complete change and going shallow. But all the fish came out of about 30 foot of water, roughly, and that was pretty good. So that's telling me that today the water temp is, well, again, just like it was the last trip, it creeped up to 78 degrees, but it started out at like 74 this morning. And the biggest thing about these last two trips was to test them hooks. And I want to say I'm highly impressed. I'm highly impressed. I would just like to find them that are already offset. I'm hoping that's what I got coming in the mail. So I'll show you guys that once I get them in. And we'll see if they're already offset. The 10 aughts, like I said, every fish that I caught, like I did have one last trip, he pulled off, but he wasn't a big fish. He probably had the bait turned, that's still gonna happen. I don't care what kind of hook you got. But having one hook up and then, take off, and then when I get him in, it's just, the hook is deep in their mouth, not in their guts or nothing like that, but just beyond where the other hooks when I was using them, because they'd be whisker hooked, they'd be just barely, stuck on the back side of the tooth patch stuff, or the jaw, and I think that's what caused me to lose a lot of fish, especially a lot of the bigger fish. That's one thing I don't understand, because you think a bigger fish, he would just inhale the whole thing, but if that hook ain't doing what it's supposed to do on the way out, that could be a lot of the reason. But yeah, it turned out to be a pretty good day. Caught one about 40, had another one about 30. Then a couple smaller ones. I say smaller ones, they were still in the 10-pound range or bigger. I think I had one that was under 10 pounds, but then I had some little bites, because the bite was actually a little bit slower today, but it was still a lot of active fish. That was the biggest thing I was seeing. There was still a lot of active fish, and I want to say a good handful of them was catfish for sure. But I want to take this time and say that if you follow me on Facebook, you've probably seen it. Jimmy Grundon with Laid Back Creation, he's a new upcoming business. Life kind of gotten away for him and his family, so he had to find something he could do that didn't require a whole lot of manual labor. So basically what it is I made him my official merch guy. So he sells, towels, t-shirts, coolie cups, tumblers, I mean stickers. He's got quite a bit of, he's getting ready to start getting into making hats as well. Now I want to say that I collect 0 cents off of anything he sells, because when I got with him and when we talked quite a bit, I just wanted to help him and his family out. And I figured that if he could make a little bit of money off of, you know, my brand, my logo, whatever, then awesome for him. But I get nothing out of the deal except for possibly a few free t-shirts every now and again. And I wanted to make that, you know, clear, so don't think if you get stuff like that, you're lining my pocket. We're trying to help out him and his family and you know, and get his business up and going. Because if you're like me, I know there's a bunch of great companies out there that are already making towels and whatnot, you know, already out there, established. I like to have options, you know. I like to have options, and for me, I'd like to kind of spread my money around, you know. That's one of the biggest things I like to do. So if you'd like, go check him out. Like again, it's at Laid Back Creations. I'll make sure I put his website in the description, and y'all go check him out. And also he does custom stuff too. So if there's anything out there that you want done, you just hit him up. You know, he'll Facebook, whatever, and you know, he'll give you a phone call. But hit him up, and he can make whatever you want to put on a towel or a t-shirt. With all that being said, I appreciate y'all coming along on this trip. I really do. It was pretty fun. It was kind of a neat deal for me because, like I said, I got to try out a different hook, because I've always been a Gamakatsu style circle octopus hook for a lot of years, and here, you know, lately it's been kind of letting me down. But yeah, again, like always, I appreciate you watching this one, and I'll catch you on the next one.